Hey guys, it's Summer, and today is going to be another storytime video because I honestly just love storytime videos, and I feel like they're kind of funny to watch, and I love watching other storytime videos, so since I have some stories that are kind of interesting of my own, I figured why not try to share them. So today's story is going to be about my first and only job and why I had to quit and like what the situation was at my job, and yeah, so I'm just going to get into it. So this was last year. It was my junior year of high school, and I was 16 at that time when I got this job. And I'm involved in an event at my school called Skills USA, and it's competitions throughout your technical college high school since I go to like a VOTech kind of school, and it's competitions relevant to your class. So since I'm in cosmetology, I did the makeup competition. I've done it every single year, and I won first place last year in my local competition. And you move on to the next level, which is the district competition, which is a little bit harder and it involves other schools, and it's just a little bit different. And so at my district competition, there were judges that came in, like always. There's always judges at any competition, but these were aesthetics. These were makeup artists. These were people that were familiar with the industry as far as doing facials and just different skincare type kind of things. And so there was a lady who was judging me. And she was a skincare professional. She was an esthetician. She did facials. She had her own spa. And somebody approached me later on and said, like, hi Summer, like one of the judges that was in your competition room is very interested in like your skills, and they're interested in you working in their spa. And so I was so excited. I was like, oh my goodness, well, how can I come in contact with them and get information about their their salon or whatever? Like, how can I become a part of it? Like, I would love to contact them and find out what they would be interested in me doing for their job and everything. And so the lady was like, yes, she gave me her information, like, I'll write it down for you later, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, awesome. So I got her phone number for her business, and I waited a couple days, and then I talked to my parents about it. Like, they thought it was really cool that she was interested in me to work some kind of position at her spa, and they were just thinking it was very nice that she found me through my school, and everything just seemed great. So I called her and I said, hi, like, I'm Summer, you were at my school for the competition, you were one of the judges, and I heard that you were interested in me working for you, so I wanted to give you a call and like find out more information. I'm very interested, so I thought I would contact you. And she was like, yeah, Summer, like, I really liked your makeup. I really liked how you had all your products set up. Like, you were very professional. You carried yourself very well. You were very sanitary as far as, like, your implements were always kept out and, like, clean and nice. And just your workstation was just very tidy and, like, clean and everything. And I was like, well, thank you. Like, that's awesome that you were interested in, like, having me call you and speak with you. Like, I'm really, like, flattered. Like, I was really proud that this competition, like, got me out there as far as, like, somebody wanting me to work for them. So I was, like, really excited. She was like, how about this Saturday? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Which time would be good for me to come in? And she was like, anywhere between 10 o'clock and 5 p.m. And I was like, okay, awesome. I'll try to come in first thing. Like, I'll come in first thing, like 10 o'clock, whatever. Like, that's fine. So, got off the phone, like, told my mom, like, she wanted to talk to me in person and whatever. Like, we wanted to go over some stuff. And my mom was like, yeah, that's fine. Like, you can go in, you can meet her, whatever. So, I went in, I met her, I talked about, like, what I do at my school, like, everything. Like, she was still so interested in me because of the fact that I did the competitions. She thought that was awesome. I still continue to do them, and I'm gonna be going to my next district competition, like, in 2 weeks. I do these competitions every single year, and I'm, like, a 3-year, in a row first place competition winner for the local competition. That's a whole other story for a whole other day. I basically got the job. She wasn't really interviewing me to see, like, if she wanted me to work for her. She wanted me to work from her from the moment she saw me the day of competition. Like, the competition was for me personally to compete, but then it was kind of like her way of like judging my skill because she wanted me to work for her. So like, I kind of already like had my job interview, but of course she wanted to follow up on that and like have me talk to her personally. So I did that. I was so excited. I really wanted to work for her. I was going to be a makeup artist and everything there. We later on in the game got supplies. We set up like a whole workstation room for me. Like, I had like lighting and a chair and everything, and it was really, really cool. And yeah, it was awesome. But the thing that wasn't awesome was some of the clientele and some of the like wishes that my boss had for me as a worker for her, as an employee. She wanted me to say, one day, okay, so this is what happened. One day I had a client come in who was in her 50s. This woman was old, and no offense, 50 is not old. Sorry if you're 50 and you happen to be watching this and I like totally just insulted you. My mom is like almost 50, my dad is 51. But This woman was older than, I guess that's about middle age. She was older, but the thing was, she looked older than her age even was. So it's not the fact that she was old. Like, she didn't take care of her skin. She had a lot of wrinkles. You can tell she had a lot of sun damage, like in the eye area. She had like under eye bags. She just wasn't somebody who took good care of their skin throughout the younger years of their life. And you can just tell that she was that client that would come in and they would not see anything wrong with their skin whatsoever. This woman was going to a wedding. She wanted makeup done to match her black dress that she was wearing to this wedding. So I had always told my boss, like, if someone calls for an appointment, make sure they're very specific with what they want, and if they could bring in pictures on like their phone or in a magazine or just anything up close where I can see their eye very, very vividly, like, bring that in. That's awesome. That helps me so much. So this woman brought in her phone, and she showed me pictures of a black smoky eye consisting of gray and black, and that was the only colors she wanted. I was like, are you sure you don't want any other variety? Black and gray are very, very dark, very, very harsh colors. And if you have a lot of lines in your face, if you have a lot of wrinkles in your face, you don't want to draw attention to those wrinkles and lines in your face. Black and gray are dark colors. They are going to set in those wrinkles of a face, and they are going to make them protrude more than they would. And the best thing you can do is use light colors. Do subtle makeup. Do something that doesn't draw attention to age spots, anything like that. This woman had all of that. So it wasn't my idea of the best makeup. So I tried doing a lighter version of what she showed me, and she opened up her eye and she was like, well, I can't see it. And I was like, okay, well, I didn't want to go too harsh. I didn't want to go too dark. And so she showed me more pictures, and it wasn't working. On top of her having a wrinkly eye, wrinkly face, she had very hooded eyelids. If you aren't familiar with what that means, a hooded eyelid means there's not a lot of eye space at all. The space between like your lash line and your eyebrow is very slim. Like, almost if I was to squint my face like this, like, it looks so scary. Like, it means like her face is drooping, first of all, because she has wrinkles. She had like, her eyeball looked like that. So she didn't have a lot of eyelid to work with. So I was trying to apply very dark colors onto an eyelid that basically didn't exist, that was covered in wrinkles. What is that mess? What is that mess? I was so confused. Like, I didn't know how to do that. Like, I know how to work with eye shapes. I know how to work with different types of skin. But that's the thing. I know how to work with them, and it's not by using black and gray. It's just not. It's not. Like, oh my goodness. Like, I was like, well, you should have like a lighter colors in your eye look to lift your face, to lift your eyelid, since you do have more of a hooded eyelid. I was being so specific and so professional, and I was trying to do things to help this woman out, but also give her like a happy medium of like what she wanted. And she like did not want anything else but this big black smoky eye. And first of all, like, going to a wedding, like, you would want to look more youthful than anything. Like, she wanted to look like a hooker. Like, what? Like, what? My mom is 48, and she will not let me go near her eyeballs with anything but happy light neutrals. She hates anything darker than brown. She would never ever request for anybody to ever give her any kind of gray, smoky black eye, ever. She wanted me to give her a black eye. So this woman got up and left and didn't pay because my boss told her not to. I was on the verge of crying. I felt like a terrible person. I was like freaking out because I was like, oh my goodness, like, I did everything I possibly could to try to make this work. Obviously it wasn't working because this woman was thinking she was 27. No, she's like 55. But no, like, it just wasn't going to be what she wanted. Like, she was showing me very youthful women in the photos that she was showing me. Like, these eyes of makeup artists I've seen before on Instagram. I've seen them on YouTube even. Like, these are makeup artists that are young, like my age and like 10 years older. Like, they are not her age group at all. So she was like probably like a little bit in denial about how she looked physically for her age and everything, which makes sense. A lot of women go through that. But at the same time, you have to understand, like, you are a certain age, and after a while, that makeup, it doesn't complement your age anymore. So she didn't even want to hear that. Like, I didn't tell her that. Obviously, I never insulted her during any point of this, but it just wasn't working. I'm getting like hives from talking about it because it stresses me out so much. because some people just don't want to take your advice. Like, you know about these kind of things. Like, I go to school and I was taught these kind of things for me to be able to use it for my benefit, like, in the workplace. And if I'm not able to use it for my benefit in the workplace, like, what am I supposed to do with that information? Like, I know these things for a reason. Like, these things exist for a reason. Like, these rules, everything in makeup, aesthetics, hair, oh my goodness. It's just cosmetology. You learn so many different things about how to apply things for certain face shapes, anything. And I wanted to be able to explain that to her. She did not want to hear it. So that day, I went home. I was like completely beside myself because the best thing I like to do is to make people happy and to give them what they want. And so I wasn't able to give this lady what she wanted. And at the same time, she wasn't a very happy person in general. So she just wasn't happy when she left. So I kind of felt like I failed her. But at the same time, she kind of like failed herself because she was asking for something very unrealistic to what she could have. Like, realistically, like, it just wasn't happening. Like, sorry about it. So later on, my boss called me and she was like, "Hi, Summer, like, I'm very, very sorry for that experience. Like, I know that was a lot on you for the very, like, first couple weeks of you being here. Like, that was a terrible experience. Like, that was the worst client I ever had at that place. And yeah, it was not good." And she was like, "I'm very sorry that had to go that way, but it's a learning experience that you can't give everybody what they want all the times, like, even if you try really, really hard." And we just had a whole talk about it. Then she said to me, "Now, I have an idea." I forget how she put it, but she was like, "You are a young employee." She was saying how I was 16, but I was very mature for my age and that my skill level was good for my age, and like I worked like I was much older. And I appreciated that very, very much. But then on top of that, she said, "Now, I would like for you to say that you're either 18 or 19 years old to different clients that come in." And so I was just thinking, like, oh, like, you want me to front that I'm a 18-year-old legal adult, or even worse, a whole year older, 19? No, sorry, like, I'm 16, like, I'm proud of myself being 16 doing this work. I don't want to say I'm 18, 19. So I was like, "Oh, well, I'm not sure about that, but I'll run that by my mom," because I always say that, like, by I would always say I'd run things by my mom, even more when I was younger than now. But yeah, so I told my mom, I was like, "My boss would like me to say that I'm 18 or 19 so it would make her business appear more professional." And my mom was like, "No, because you are 16 years old, you are a junior in high school, you are definitely not going to lie about your age. First of all, that's not just like, oh, like, I'm 17, that's you saying you're a legal adult. That would make me a completely different person than I am. Like, things that are relevant to an 18-year-old and a 19-year-old are much different than what I was actually going through as a 16-year-old. 18, 19-year-old, probably graduated from high school already, probably in college. It's just a whole different time of my life that I wasn't at yet, and I would be completely lying about myself." So I just got uncomfortable because I was just like, first of all, like, this is a spa, like, people get massages here, like, I didn't think that anything weird went on with that, but I just didn't like the fact that she wanted me to say I was an adult, because I didn't feel like an adult. I still don't feel like an adult. I don't know when I'm going to feel like an adult. I do feel like a mature person, but still, like, me saying I'm 18 is a lie. Me saying I'm 19 is a lie. I'm 17 now. I'm not even 18 yet. It would still be lying. It's not going to be a lie until I'm actually 18 and I can say, "I am born this, and this. I am 18. I'm 18. Like, it's going to be a little bit before I can actually say that and it be true. So, yeah. Woo! So, unfortunately, but fortunately, I had to leave this workplace. I could not see myself working there anymore after that point. I just got very uncomfortable that she wasn't happy with my age that I was. And I just had to leave. Like, that's just how it had to be. Like, I just had to go. But yeah. So I exited, I left. I was like, okay, like, sorry, this is not really working for me. Like, I didn't really think it would be like this, whatever. And she wasn't really super understanding, but I think she realized that she kind of went wrong by requesting me to say I was 18, 19 years old. Like, that's weird. Yeah. Okay, guys, this was a very, very long video, and this was like a big rant, so if you did enjoy this, like, I appreciate it very much. If you've had any similar experiences with crazy jobs you've had to leave for whatever circumstances, please let me know down below. I would love to hear about it. But yeah, this was just my personal experience that I had to deal with, and like, hopefully for now on, like, I don't have to deal with things like this, but it's probably going to happen because life's not perfect, but whatever. But yeah, woo, this whole situation and this whole story stresses me out a lot, so like, it takes a lot out of me to like say it, and I'm like getting hives from it, but I'm fine. But anyway, guys, please subscribe if you're a new viewer and you're interested in seeing more videos from me. Like, I'd appreciate that very, very much. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. But yeah, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.